moving into turn number 1. Our qualifying heat winner looking very strong here in the early going of this one as he moves out of turn 2 with the top spot. Now Jimmy Broderick moves up alongside Barry for the number 2 position. Kurt Brainerd and Chris Jones making up the 3rd row as they come off the turn.
Spin in turn number 4. Many cars getting sideways. Our defending champion Bob Potter involved. You can see the 54 of Eric Burt down there as well. The 22, Lloyd Agor, is under his own power now as well. He looked like he was for a moment there. He's trying to get, however, as a big skirmish came out of turn 4, Raleigh.
Tony Sylvester sustains a flat.
The stripe between 3 and 4. Look for Larry Ross to jump on that gas, but he's got a formidable competitor on the outside of him. Jimmy Broderick right there looking for the green flag, and there it is.
Broderick edges ahead as they hit the start-finish line. Who will it be? Out of turn number 1, Broderick now noses ahead of Ross. Chris Jones moves up to 3rd. Anderson now running 4th in the 81. Well, quite a bit of shuffling going on that restart. Jones takes a tap from Anderson as they come out of 4, but it's Jimmy Broderick leading the way. Anderson goes to the inside looking for racing room. Under the 9 of Jones, can't find it, backs out of it. Meanwhile, moving up nicely is Kurt Brainerd in the 96, taking that spot away from Ken Barry.
A lot of battling going out throughout the field. A battle for 4th position shaping up right now. Johnny Anderson and Larry Ross down low underneath Chris Jones. Jones stuck on the outside. He'll now have to tuck it down on the bumper of Johnny Anderson in the Mystique Motorsports number 81. Jones running in 4th, looks in his rearview mirror and sees the 96 car of Kurt Brainerd coming out very strong. Meanwhile, up front, though, the hockey's floor standing number 42. It's Jimmy Broderick pulling away from the field. He's got a 6-car length lead as he comes across the stripe, Raleigh.
A tight battle going on for that number 2 spot. Look at these fellows jostle and wiggle and squirm as they come out of turn 2. Ross now feels the pressure from Anderson on the outside. Into turn 3 they go. Anderson leaving his foot on that throttle a little bit longer. Comes out of turn 4 with 2nd place over Ross. Jones still holding on to 4th, but here comes Brainerd in the 96. He's got the low groove. Let's see what he can do as Jones comes hard out of 4 and holds on to 4th place.
A lot of shuffling coming out throughout the field. Another move, a bid for 4th position. Brainerd goes low. A little bit of contact with Chris Jones as Brainerd gets us a little bit sideways out of 4. He collects it now, and he's got it going back in a straightforward position as he heads back into turn number 1, but he lost 3 or 4 positions, and now he has to worry about Steve Park. Park right on the bumper of Brainerd now as they go down the backstretch into turn number 3. Here comes the 0 Sunoco Race Fuels car on the outside of Brainerd. Down through 3 and 4. Steve Park trying to pick up another position. Brainerd trying to hold them off as they come across the stripe. Brainerd holds on to the position, Raleigh.
Good battle by Brainerd now. A little contact between Jones and Ross. And Jones comes away with 3rd place on that little scuffle. Here comes Brainerd to the inside of Georgitis. Diving in hard into turn 3. The 96 makes contact again with Jones. Off the turn they come. And they're tightly bunched back there. Look at that battle going on for 5th place. Meanwhile, Anderson is starting to close the gap on a leader, Broderick. And still a long, long way to go. When they come to the line, it'll be 12 laps complete. Eric Burt now back in the action in car 54.
Broderick has checked out from the field, building up quite a distance between him and the 2nd pack. The only driver between him and the rest of the field is Johnny Anderson. Johnny Anderson, the 81 Mystique Motorsports car in hot pursuit, trying to cut the deficit between him and Broderick. That sits about 10 car lengths now as the 2 wheel out of turn number 4. Broderick holds on to that distance as he comes across the stripe, recording lap number 13.
Meanwhile, back of the pack, Steve Shawatsky dives under Steve Park going into turn 1. The Featherlight Modified Tour driver in the 0 car, however, holds his position, holding off that challenge by Shawatsky. Back into turn 3 again. Great action all through the pack. But up front, it's still Broderick maintaining that edge over Anderson. Jones 3rd, Ross in 4th, Georgitis runs 5th. It's Park in 6th place in the 0.
Jetstream action all throughout the field. Single file all the way down the backstretch. Chris Jones sits back in 3rd place. He's trying to chase the leaders. Right behind him, Larry Ross in 4th, closing the gap between him and Jones as they come out of 4. Ross looks to the inside. He's got to contend with Bob Georgitis, who's coming out very strong in the number 66 car. They head on down into turn number 1. Georgitis right on the bumper now of Ross as they come out of 2. Georgitis looks low, trying to pick up that 4th position as they head down into turn number 3. Ross is going to hold on and at the same time close the gap between him and Chris Jones as they come out of 4. Ross takes a very high line through 4, but holds on to the
position. Now the field works its way past Ted Bednarsik being lapped. Into the turn they go. It's Shawansky looking under Georgitis. Bob closes the door. Bobbles coming out of 4, but still holds his position ahead of Shawansky. Back into the turn. Anderson is slowly, ever so slowly gaining on our leader, and we still have a long way to go.
The field has completely separated now. We have a spinning car on a turn number 4. It looks like Kerry Coon in the number 30 getting sideways out of 4 made contact with a retaining wall down the front stretch. His car pointed in the wrong direction, lays that turn down onto pit road, and the new Mod Squad will be coming at you, looking to wrap up this 50-lap feature. 21 laps in the books. Jimmy Broderick on the point. Johnny Anderson on the outside. Who's it going to be? As Frank Scambato looks at the field. Look for the green flag this time around. Here it comes. The green flag is out, and we are drag racing down into turn number 1. Broderick to the inside. Anderson to the outside. Broderick with the advantage as they come out of 2. But look at Larry Ross. He has to battle Chris Jones. Jones taking the low line down the backstretch, looking to pick up 3rd position as they head into turn number 3. Jones will pick it up as Ross gets shuffled back to 4.
Jones doing a very, very fine job at taking that position. Here comes Anderson, looks under Broderick, but there's no room there, and Broderick shuts the door on him as they come out of turn 2. But Jones doing an excellent job in working his way up to 3rd spot. Now Larry Ross being shuffled back through the pack as first Georgitis, and now Ted Christopher overtake him, and Georgitis now runs in 4th place.
Just what the doctor ordered for Johnny Anderson. Anderson sits a half a car length behind Broderick. Now he pulls up on the bumper as they head on down the backstretch. Anderson looking to take the top position, was at a very large disadvantage before the yellow came out. A very, very large lead for Broderick has gone away since. Broderick trying to hold off Anderson in the Mystique Motorsports 81. They come across the stripe. Broderick is 1-2 with Johnny Anderson. Again, the yellow comes out as we have a car out of turn number 4, Raleigh.
And he really hit hard. We're trying to check on that. It looks like the 1 of Shawansky. We'll check that out very quickly. Our ambulance, it is a hard hit coming out of 4. Tony Sutton will also check that one out, and we'll see what transpired. And he's out of the car, so Shawansky is apparently okay. Let's hear it for Steve, a fine competitor. Looking things over, but it can't be too good. That wall is not very giving.
No, sir, that is for sure. And it's good to see Steve exit the vehicle. You can see the track safety crew making their way down there very quickly, as they always do, doing a fine job cleaning up that mess. Biggest shows of the year for the Stafford Speedway, and it's always fun to see those Winston Cup-styled cars make their return to Stafford.
Tony Leckie straightening out the field now, and then we'll be ready to roll one more time. The pace car light is back on as we try to get our field straightened out. Bob Potter had a question for Tony Leckie, and Tony straightened Bob out. Our point leader and defending champion in car 51 is presently running in 9th place. So some of his point-standing competitors, if they were to maintain these positions, would have a chance.
Next time out of turn number 4, you can see the field white and assemblage as they rumble on down the backstretch underneath our billboard standings. Into turn number 3 they come. As they come out of 4 next time, they will be exceeding 100 miles per hour down the front stretch past the Emerald Silk of Frank Scambato. He'll give them the thumbs up. Off of turn number 4, Raleigh Jacobs has the call.
Jimmy Broderick with a good jump on John Anderson. So Broderick still regaining the top spot as Anderson pulls second, and here comes the battle for the number 3 spot. Chris Jones and Georgitis. Ted Christopher makes it a 3-way battle in the number 80 car. Here they come. A little tap to the bumper of Christopher from Gunning, and off the turn they come. Anderson all over the back bumper of Broderick into turn 1.
A lot of battling going up front. Here comes Johnny Anderson right on the bumper of Broderick as they go down the backstretch, but a lot of action behind him as well. Bo Gunning to the inside now of Georgitis, battling for 6th. Look at the 14 car taking the low line right on the bumper of Ted Christopher as they shoot out of turn number 4. Christopher latches onto the bumper of Chris Chris Jones. Now into turn number 1. Jimmy Broderick continues to lead, but a battle and a bid for the lead as John Anderson poked in front just a little bit, looking down low, but had to think better of it. Going back down now on the bumper of Broderick as they head down into turn 3 and 4, Raleigh.
Bob Georgitis got crossed up. Steve Park took advantage. A very smart driver, and he moved around Georgitis and into the number 6 position. Here we go now. Anderson closing in, but there's the battle for third place. Down low, Ted Christopher overtakes Chris Jones. So now Ted Christopher joins his Mystique Motorsports teammate John Anderson running second behind Broderick. Here they come. When they hit the line, it'll be 19 laps still to go.
Mystique Motorsports cars running 2 and 3. Look at John Anderson taking the high line down through 2. He'll have to file back in the same line as Broderick as they go down the backstretch. Another battle shaping up for 4th position. Look at Bo Gunning taking the low line underneath Chris Jones. Jones slides up high as Gunning gets underneath him, and right behind him taking the escort, it's Steve Park. He'll move into 5th. Out of turn number 4, it looks like Stu McCarthy got a little bit out of shape, kicking up some dust down there. He's got it back straightened out, though. Back up front, though. Big battle for 1st.
Barfield really stretching out now as they're running pretty much single file at the moment. But as these laps click by, look for plenty of challenges. Anderson just all over the back bumper of Broderick. Here he goes into turn 2. Looked low, but Broderick closed him down and shut the door. Here they go into 3. Broderick fighting a battle against the Mystique Motorsports teammates. Meanwhile, into the pit area goes Bruce Hewitt in the 19.
Like a point guard applying the hand check. Johnny Anderson right on the bumper of Broderick as they head into 1 and 2, but he's got to contend with his teammate. Look at Ted Christopher take the low line, trying to get underneath Anderson. Couldn't do it that time, though. He'll have to settle for 3rd place right now as they head on down the backstretch. Down through 3 and 4, though. It's single file, nose to tail action. Almost looks like one big long car. Jimmy Broderick leads the 2 Mystique Motorsports cars down into 1 and 2. John Anderson right there, applying the chrome horn to Broderick as they head out of 2, rocketing down the backstretch, Raleigh.
Meanwhile, our point leader, Bob Potter, sits in 8th place in the 51 machine, while Steve Park, who runs second in the point race, is 3 positions ahead of him. Across the line they go. We've got 36 down and 14 to go. Once again, Anderson puts him in for the top spot. Down the backstretch. Here we go. Broderick running a wide number of comps. Anderson tries again. Backs out of it as Broderick keeps him pinched down. Here they come into 3 one more time.
Great action up front. Look at the Hawkier Explorer standing number 42, holding off the 2 Mystique Motorsports cars. That has to be intimidating. Look at those 2 black silver numeral cars right in your rear view mirror. Here comes Broderick through 1 and 2, clicking off yet another lap as he came across the stripe. Now he rumbles on down the backstretch. Just 12 laps remaining. John Anderson right there in his rear view mirror. Broderick holding his breath now, crossing his fingers as he comes out of turn number 4. The 42 clicks off lap number 39, and he's extending. Well, not extending his lead, but that front pack is pulling away from the second pack, that's for sure. Bo Gunning, you can see back there in 4th, trying to reel in the leaders, but it's a futile task now as the leaders head down into turn number 3. Broderick, Anderson, and Ted Christopher, 1, 2, 3 off of 4.
When they hit the line, it'll be 10 laps as Broderick's doing the job. This time Anderson looked to the low side, but Broderick kept him out of position. Here we go. Anderson gives it another try again. Broderick holds him off. What a great job by Broderick holding that top spot.
Broderick has compiled quite a notebook in the 1995 season, knowing the track going in 1 and 2, 3 and 4. He knows every turn. Will it be enough, though, to hold off the 2 Mystique Motorsports cars? John Anderson has quite a notebook of his own and has written a novel on Stafford Speedway, so to speak. He'll run on down the backstretch, chasing Broderick into turn number 3. You can see what's going to happen as this drama unfolds. Only 8 laps remaining, a heat race, if you will. Broderick leads the 2 Mystique Motorsports across the line. One more time, 7 laps to go.
Meanwhile, back in the pack, they're still pretty much in line. No one making a move at the moment, but the laps are counting down quickly. When they hit the line, we'll have just 6 to go. Back up front, Broderick again feels the heat from Anderson and Christopher. Here they come to the line. Broderick still on top. Meanwhile, the Mystique teammates looking for a way around our leader. Can't find it as yet. Down the backstretch they go. And we've got just 6 laps to go. back in the pack. It's problems for Stephen Park in the Zero as the Zero falls off the pace. And now Chris Jones moves up into 5th place. Georgiadis running 6th, and our point leader Potter in 7th place.
Certainly problems on the Zero car. Steve Park falling off the pace down low, as you said, Raleigh, and that will hurt his points chases, as you can see Bob Potter getting by him with a host of other competitors. Meanwhile, up front, Broderick looking very, very strong.
Here they come. And it's just 4 laps to go. Ted Christopher looking inside John Anderson, almost made contact with his teammate, but hit the binders hard and prevented that. Broderick leads the way. A little touch on the rear bumper from Anderson. Anderson gets sideways, and Ted Christopher trying to work his way around him. Here comes Ted. Meanwhile, the 49 is smoking heavily. The caution flag is out. The 49 spewing smokes coming off. We're at 47 laps complete now. Make it 48. Remember, we do not finish a race here at Stafford Motor Speedway under caution. So we shall see how things go as we check out this racing surface. Our safety crew rushing over there to see what they can do about the fluid on the speedway.
Well, a good break, no doubt, for Johnny Anderson, who had a little bobble. May be exactly what it takes. It's a who-wants-it game at this point. Jimmy Broderick sitting in the penthouse position. We'll see if he can take it home tonight.
Well, it's been a great run for Broderick to this point. His only win this season came back on April 28th, so it's been a long time between victories for Broderick, who seems to run extremely well no matter where he races. And that's a good example for him again tonight. He's been right up there, very consistent runner throughout the
Speedway in 1995. He's looking for win number 2, trying to be an overachiever, so to speak. Look at the 42 car, the Honkiers floor standing number 42 of Jimmy Broderick. And open your eyes, folks, you'll find out exactly what their strategy is. Broderick on the inside of Johnny Anderson. Look for Peter Locke to pull on down pit road. Great action, a 2-lap dash for the cash, a break for the cake. Here we go. Look for the green flag. Frank Scambato eyes the field as they rumble out of turn number 4. Points directly at the new mod squad. And there's the Emerald Silk. Jimmy Broderick, Johnny Anderson, a drag race down into 1, Raleigh.
And look at who's entering the picture now. Ted Christopher overtakes his teammate and moves into 2nd place. So it'll be TC on the outside, looking to work his way around Jimmy Broderick. Off the 4th turn they come. Here we go, a battle to the line. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Broderick works his way to the inside again, forcing Christopher to the outside. Anderson and Christopher almost come together. Here we go, down the backstretch. Final 2 turns coming up. Who will it be? Bob Georgiadis in trouble on the backstretch. Also Bo Gunning. Here they come to the line. It's Jimmy Broderick and Ted Christopher. Broderick taking the win.
What a fantastic run for Jimmy Broderick, who now spins in turn number 1, but he'd already collected the checkered flag. The cash is made out to him. Jimmy Broderick, your winner tonight, despite his spin down in turn number 1. He'll take it, though. He'll make his way down to victory lane to collect his spoils. Christopher will make his way down to the podium as well. He finished 2nd, along with teammate John Anderson finishing 3rd.
How about that one? Great battle between teammates going on, too. But for Jimmy Broderick, victory number 2 of the 1995 season. Now, very quickly, we have some more lucky number winners coming up before we go down to victory lane. First of all, from the Porter and Chester Institute, we have a T-shirt to be awarded to Chrissy Fallon of Durham, Connecticut. Chrissy Fallon from Durham, Connecticut. Please report to the Porter and Chester Institute booth on the Midway to pick up your winning T-shirt. And in just a moment, we'll have 5 more winners from our Pit Stopper magazine. Stan?
These guys are, John's getting out of the car. Boy, you guys there was nothing left out there for you guys to use. As far as the chrome, the Nerf bars, the track, the walls, you were everywhere, but you just couldn't get around them.
No, we used it all. I banged on Jimmy a little bit, but I had to do it, I had to do it respected. I can't just spin him out, I was just trying to get him. I got under him a couple times, but he had the groove, and I had to just settle for 2nd. These cars are so equally matched, there's not too much you can do. We got 3-4 good cars right there at the end. Starting on the outside at the last couple laps is a problem. You're trying to get it down, and the track is a little slick later, but that's all I could do.
Well, you got Major League sideways the last time around. You almost got around TC next door here, but you kind of lost traction.
Yeah, well, TC cut me off on the back chute, but that's racing. He's got to do what he got to do. I got to do what I got to do.
Well, congratulations on the Mystique's finishing third spot.
All right, thanks.
Got a quick word with Teddy Christopher, and the sweat just rolling off this guy. There was no place else on the track you could go. You went everywhere.
Well, he was down on the bottom of the track when I was there, so I guess I couldn't go there, you know. He had every groove covered.
Well, congratulations on second spot.
Thank you.
Tony will head now to our winner, and it's got to be a happy man sitting in victory lane having his photo taken for the various racing publications and newspapers covering tonight's racing action.
Real
Tony,
quick, I want to jump in here. Jimmy, congratulations. Man, they were all over you. There was like Mystique everywhere on your car.
Yeah, Teddy and John were going good. Teddy was fast, but we ran our own race, and I'm so glad to win 2 races up here. It's great.
It's like the Broderick car got real fat there near the end.
A little bit, you know, but my car owner, Dennis, he gives me a great car. And all my crew, they work every week, late at night, and the car's the best it could be.
Jimmy, you drove a great race. You had some terrific competitors behind you, and they wanted to get around you in the worst way, and you just did the thing that you wanted to do. You shut the door.
That's right, it's part of racing.
Well, right now we want to draw for teardown, and this is the other thing that everyone wants you to do. 2 cars. And now we'll see what we're going to look at.
9.
Number 9, which is body. Body and chassis. So that's 2 cars that are going to do body and chassis. Jimmy, congratulations on you. A great drive.